Hi guys, today we are going to be talking about characterization, indirect characterization, and all week we're going to be talking about characterization. You started this yesterday with your study island assignment, and at the end of the week the assessment, the CATS assessment, is going to be over characterization. So you also need to understand that every assignment you do this week, you are going to use your independent reading to complete that assignment. So if you are late to the ball game, and now it would be like a week late to the ball game, and you still have not chosen a book for independent reading, you need to get on that now, okay? So let's start today looking at an Aesop fable. Let's talk about how a character acts, okay? Indirect characterization, it usually involves three major things. What does a character say? What does a character do? And how do other characters in a story react to that character? All of those three things indirectly tell us something about that character, who they are, what they're like, whether or not we would want to be friends with them, whether or not we can relate to them. So I'm just going to take a short Aesop fable and try to apply what we're going to do today to this fable, okay? So we'll talk about the heron. This is the heron. See the heron and the fish? There's little fishies, little fries there. Okay, so think about what the heron does and thinks and how that heron acts and what that tells us about the heron. A heron went wading one morning to take his breakfast from the shallows of a stream. There were many fish in the water, but the stately heron thought he could find better. Such a small fry is certainly not suitable fare for a heron, he remarked to himself. And as a choice young perch swam by, the heron tipped his long bill in the air and snapped, "No, sir, I certainly wouldn't open my beak for that." The sun grew higher, and all the fish left the shallows for the cool, deep middle of the stream. When the heron could find no trace of a fish left in the stream, he was very grateful to finally break his fast on a mere snail. And Aesop's fables always have a moral at the end. Okay, so the moral of this story is, do not be too hard to suit, or you may have to be content with the worst or with nothing at all. So what this heron does is it sees all these different little fish swimming by, and it's hungry and it wants something to eat, but it looks at all those fish and those fish aren't good enough for me. Okay? He turns his nose up at all of the possibilities for breakfast. That's what the heron does. What the heron seems to think is that he's too good for that breakfast. He deserves something better. And we have to think about, what does that tell us about the heron, right? The heron is kind of a jerk. The heron is uppity. The heron is bougie. The heron thinks that he's worth way more apparently than he is. And at the end of the day, he has to learn this hard lesson, which is, if you're not willing to take what comes to you, then you may have to end up with something really, really crappy or nothing at all. Okay? So we're going to apply this today to what you are doing for today's assignment. You're going to make a flip grid today. You're going to make a movie. You get to be a movie maker. You get to be both the director and the actor. Isn't that great? I bet you love it. So let me share my screen with you here. When you look at your assignment for today, it's September 22, Indirect Characterization. So 1, it tells you to follow the video instructions or watch them. That's this. Now, by the way, I can tell when you're not watching them, and most of you are not watching these. I can tell because of my video analytics and YouTube. I really need you to watch these videos because this is how I'm teaching you, okay? And then 2, you're going to click on the Flipgrid activity and complete it. So I have set up a Flipgrid activity here. When you click on the link, it is called Acting Out. And you are going to join with Google and do all the Google things, right? Make sure you have your Horizon account or you will not be able to see or complete this activity. Right over here that's the video instructions. That's me telling you all of these instructions. So if you want, you can just read them, or you can click this little thing and you can listen to a bot read them, or you can watch my video, or all three. So I am not going to go through this again. You can go through this here and watch me tell you here how to do it. So when you have made all the plans and done all of the things, you're going to click record a response, and you have 5 minutes to make your video. This means that you should plan to have at least 5 minutes worth of content before you even start. Okay? Remember, the last 2 weeks I am trying to set up some seriously high expectations for you guys. So, that said, there is a rubric for this that you should be able to see when you record your response. If you have any other questions about what you need to do, please contact me. And that is really all I have for today. It's a short and sweet instructional video. So I hope that you have fun with it, okay? And I will talk to you sometime this week during a Google Meet, hopefully. So remember that Google Meets are available on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock and on Thursday nights at 4:30 in the evening. Please make sure that you log into one or the other. Have a great day.